Have you ever caught a faint, lingering odor on yourself that just won't seem to go away, no matter how many showers you take or how often you freshen up? Maybe it's subtle, like a whisper of something off, but enough to make you feel self-conscious. If you're over 60, you might be surprised to know that this is a struggle that touches far more women than we often talk about. It's not a reflection of your hygiene or your habits in general. It's often caused by a few hidden mistakes that sneak into our daily routines, habits we hardly notice, yet they quietly affect our confidence, comfort, and the way we feel about ourselves. In this video, I want to walk you through 7 mistakes that can leave you feeling less than fresh. These aren't just common missteps, they're easy to overlook, even for the most careful among us. And the good news is, with a few simple adjustments, you can reclaim that sense of confidence, maintain your dignity, and feel lighter and more comfortable in your own skin. Let's start with something many women experience but rarely talk about: light bladder leaks. Maybe you've laughed a little too hard at a joke, sneezed unexpectedly, or hurried across a grocery store aisle and noticed a tiny, almost imperceptible leak. For years, I convinced myself these were isolated incidents. Nothing to worry about. It's just today, I'd say. Or maybe I had too much tea. But over time, those small leaks quietly accumulate. Even a tiny bit of urine left in your undergarments can linger, creating an environment for bacteria to grow and odors to develop. I remember a moment at a family gathering when my daughter-in-law gently suggested I change my sweater because it smelled like the couch. At first, I was mortified, thinking, how did I not notice? But that little wake-up call made me realize that even minor leaks deserve attention. Not for vanity, but for comfort, hygiene, and self-confidence. There are solutions that are subtle, discreet, and easy to integrate into daily life. Moisture-wicking underwear or thin incontinence liners can be game changers. They're lightweight, comfortable, and let you go about your day without worry. I started using liners and felt a weight lift off my shoulders. No more second-guessing every hug or worrying about odors at social gatherings. It's such a simple adjustment, but it makes an enormous difference in your daily comfort and confidence. Now, let's talk about another hidden culprit: the soaps and cleansers we use. For years, I believed that the stronger and more fragrant the soap, the cleaner I would feel. My bathroom shelf was a parade of scented body washes, each promising freshness that lasted all day. What I didn't realize was that harsh, perfumed soaps can actually backfire, especially as our skin changes with age. After menopause, the skin in our intimate areas becomes thinner, more sensitive, and more prone to irritation. Using heavily scented products can strip away natural oils, throw off the pH balance, and create a perfect environment for bacteria to thrive. That subtle odor I was fighting, it wasn't a reflection of lack of hygiene. It was my skin struggling against the products I trusted to keep me fresh. A simple switch to mild, unscented cleansers, or even just warm water in some cases, can make a remarkable difference. I'll admit, I was skeptical at first. Just warm water, I thought. But within a few days, the difference was undeniable. My skin felt calmer, fresher, and the subtle, musty smell I had come to accept was gone. It's amazing how often the simplest solutions are the most effective. Sometimes staying fresh isn't about adding more. It's about removing what's irritating your body in the first place. Another often overlooked mistake is forgetting to change liners or pads regularly. If you use them for light leaks or comfort, it might be tempting to leave them in all day, thinking they're fine because they don't feel soaked. I was guilty of this for years. Even when they seemed dry, tiny amounts of moisture were being absorbed throughout the day, quietly building an environment for bacteria. That faint sour smell by evening, that's the cumulative effect of leaving them in too long. Changing liners every few hours, even when they don't appear full, keeps your skin healthier and odors at bay. Reusable, washable liners are also a wonderful option. They're gentle on your skin and wallet, and you can discreetly carry extras if you're out for the day. The difference is remarkable. You feel fresher, lighter, and more confident from morning to night. So now that we've explored these first 3 hidden mistakes, light leaks, harsh soaps, and irregular liner changes, you can already see how small tweaks can create a big impact. These adjustments not only improve your hygiene, but also restore a sense of dignity and comfort that we all deserve. Now that we've explored the first 3 hidden habits that affect your freshness, it's time to dive deeper into a few more practices that quietly influence your comfort, confidence, and well-being. These next mistakes are subtle, so subtle that many of us don't even realize they're causing problems, yet the effects accumulate over time, leaving a lingering impact on your daily life. One of the biggest surprises for many women is the type of underwear we wear. For years, I relied on soft, stretchy synthetic panties. They were affordable, came in pretty colors, and felt comfortable at first glance. I thought I had found the perfect mix of convenience, style, and comfort. But over time, I started noticing that no matter how often I showered, I felt a subtle dampness or discomfort down there that I couldn't quite explain. There was even a faint, persistent odor that made me self-conscious around others. I questioned my laundry routine, my diet, even the fabric of my favorite chair. But none of that seemed to solve the problem. It wasn't until I consulted my doctor that I learned the truth. Synthetic fabrics like polyester and nylon, even when soft and stretchy, trap heat and moisture. They don't allow the skin to breathe, and that warm, damp environment is exactly what bacteria love. Especially for women over 60, whose skin can be more sensitive and prone to changes after menopause, this combination can subtly contribute to odors and discomfort without us realizing it. Switching to 100% cotton underwear was a revelation. At first, I thought cotton was old-fashioned, plain, even boring. But as soon as I tried breathable, natural fabrics, the difference was immediate. My skin felt lighter, cooler, and far less irritated. The faint odor that had been following me throughout the day disappeared, and I regained a sense of comfort I hadn't realized I was missing. What amazed me most was that I could find cotton underwear in modern, flattering styles. I didn't have to sacrifice aesthetics for functionality. It's a small change with a surprisingly big payoff. Comfort, confidence, and hygiene all at once. Now, let's move on to something that might feel counterintuitive. Hydration. I used to believe that drinking less water was a clever strategy to avoid frequent trips to the bathroom. I reasoned that fewer bathroom breaks meant less disruption when I was out shopping, visiting friends, or simply enjoying a leisurely afternoon. It seemed like a smart, even practical solution. But in reality, limiting my water intake had the opposite effect. When you don't drink enough water, your urine becomes concentrated and stronger in odor. Even the tiniest leak can leave a noticeable smell on your clothes, skin, or even furniture. Dehydration also affects how your body flushes out toxins and maintains healthy urinary function. Once I began sipping water steadily throughout the day, just small amounts at regular intervals, I noticed a remarkable change. My urine became lighter, the unpleasant odor faded, and I felt more energetic and vibrant overall. Beyond hygiene, proper hydration benefits your skin, digestion, kidney function, and overall energy levels. For women dealing with occasional leaks or bladder sensitivity, learning to stay hydrated without fear is empowering. Using absorbent liners, planning bathroom breaks, or practicing gentle pelvic floor exercises can make hydration feel safe and manageable rather than risky. Another habit that sneaks under the radar is sitting for long stretches without freshening up. Retirement often brings the joy of slower, cozy days, whether that's reading, watching favorite shows, or working on puzzles for hours. These are wonderful routines, but they can create a warm, humid environment in your pelvic area if you remain sedentary for long periods. Sweat, skin oils, and even small, unnoticed leaks can accumulate, feeding bacteria and contributing to a subtle odor that lingers without any visible sign. I learned this lesson the hard way. One afternoon, my granddaughter climbed into my lap for a hug and said with innocent honesty, "Grandma, you smell wet." I was initially mortified, but that moment became a turning point. I realized that even minor changes in my daily habits could dramatically improve comfort and hygiene. Now I make it a point to break up long periods of sitting. Even short walks to refill a glass of water, stretching in the living room, or stepping outside for a breath of fresh air can make a huge difference. I also incorporated a simple midday hygiene routine. A quick wash with warm water and a soft cloth takes just a few minutes, but leaves me feeling refreshed and renewed. These small efforts, repeated consistently, help maintain freshness and protect the natural balance of the body. Another subtle aspect of this habit is the clothing we wear while sitting for extended periods. Choosing breathable fabrics, avoiding tight-fitting or non-absorbent materials, and layering appropriately can reduce moisture buildup. I now prioritize comfort and breathability in both my loungewear and sleepwear, and the difference is remarkable. It's not just about preventing odor, it's about preserving dignity and confidence in everyday life. When you combine these habits, switching to breathable cotton underwear, staying hydrated, and mindfully breaking up sedentary periods, you create a strong foundation for comfort, hygiene, and self-assurance. These may seem like minor adjustments, but together they transform daily life in ways that are noticeable, empowering, and sustainable. I wish I had learned these lessons decades ago, but sharing them now allows other women to reclaim their confidence and enjoy life without unnecessary worry. As we reach the final segment, it's time to uncover the last habits that quietly affect how fresh, comfortable, and confident you feel every day. These aren't dramatic mistakes. They're subtle, easy to overlook, but they have a cumulative effect that can really impact your daily life if left unchecked. Addressing them now can help you reclaim a sense of dignity and peace of mind that every woman deserves. One of the most overlooked factors is how we treat our laundry, particularly intimate items. It's common to assume that if underwear, nightgowns, or lounge pants don't have visible stains or odors, they're perfectly fine to wear again. I used to do this all the time, especially on busy days when I didn't want to add to the laundry pile. It felt practical, even responsible. But over time, I noticed a faint, persistent odor that I couldn't explain. At first, I blamed my diet, my detergent, or even my furniture. What I didn't realize was that subtle bacteria and moisture from everyday wear can accumulate, even if the clothing looks perfectly clean. Once I adjusted my laundry routine, the difference was night and day. I began washing intimate clothing more frequently, using gentle, unscented detergents that wouldn't irritate my sensitive skin. Items that didn't need daily washing, like outer pants or sweaters, would get a quick rinse or hang out to air dry. This small but consistent habit helped maintain freshness and prevent odors before they even had a chance to start. Over time, I realized it wasn't just about cleanliness. It was about self-respect and valuing my own comfort. By treating these items with a little extra care, I was taking care of myself in a profound way. Another hidden factor that often gets overlooked is diet and hydration in combination with bladder and urinary health. Certain foods and beverages, coffee, strong cheeses, processed meals, or even excessive protein can subtly influence the odor of urine. While it's unnecessary to overhaul your entire diet, being mindful of triggers can help maintain a fresher, more neutral scent. I found that adding water-rich foods like cucumbers, melons, and leafy greens to my diet helped me stay hydrated naturally while supporting my body's ability to flush out toxins efficiently. Alongside dietary adjustments, gentle pelvic floor exercises can work wonders. Even a few minutes each day strengthens bladder control, reduces leaks, and increases confidence. I started incorporating small routines, simple squeezes and releases throughout the day, sometimes while waiting for my coffee to brew or while watching a favorite show. Over time, I noticed less leakage, fewer odors, and a greater sense of control over my body. These exercises aren't just functional, they're empowering. They remind us that even as our bodies age, we can still take active steps to care for them. Now let's talk about another subtle but impactful habit: consistent daily hygiene throughout the day. Many of us assume that one morning shower is enough, but minor leaks, sweat, and natural body changes accumulate over hours. For a long time, I thought that once I was clean in the morning, I could move through the day without concern. But I quickly realized that a few short hygiene moments during the day, just a gentle wash with warm water and a soft cloth, completely changed my comfort level. I began to schedule quick refreshes mid-morning and mid-afternoon. They only took a few minutes, but the result was transformative. My skin felt lighter, fresher, and free from the subtle odors that had been building. The clothing we choose for these daily routines also matters. I now prioritize breathable fabrics for loungewear, sleepwear, and even casual clothing around the house. Tight-fitting or non-absorbent materials can trap heat and moisture, creating a perfect environment for bacteria. By choosing comfortable, breathable fabrics, I maintain a sense of freshness all day long without having to constantly worry about odors. Beyond the physical habits, there's a mindset shift that's equally important. Many women internalize embarrassment or shame about these natural changes in their bodies. But the truth is, these challenges are incredibly common. Recognizing that it's normal to experience light leaks, odor changes, or sensitivity with age removes a huge emotional burden. Approaching these habits with curiosity, care, and consistency transforms daily routines from chores into acts of self-respect. When you embrace these practices without shame, it reinforces a sense of dignity and confidence that shows in every interaction. All 7 of the hidden mistakes we've explored, from light leaks, harsh soaps, and irregular liner changes, to synthetic underwear, dehydration, prolonged sitting, and laundry and lifestyle habits, can be addressed with intentional, manageable changes. Each adjustment might seem small, but together they create a ripple effect that profoundly impacts how comfortable, confident, and vibrant you feel every day. Remember, this isn't about perfection or chasing a standard of beauty. It's about caring for yourself in ways that honor your body, protect your comfort, and restore your confidence. Small steps, like swapping to breathable cotton underwear, staying hydrated, breaking up long sedentary periods, adjusting hygiene routines, or refining your laundry practices, add up to significant improvements in how you feel physically and emotionally. I'd love to hear from you. If you've tried any of these tips, or if you have your own methods for staying fresh and confident, please share them in the comments. Your experiences might be the very encouragement another woman needs today. If you found this video helpful, take a moment to like it. It truly helps me continue sharing practical advice for women just like you. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss future videos packed with insights, encouragement, and actionable tips for living well in your golden years. Above all, remember this: small, consistent changes create big results. Each mindful choice, from how you care for your body, what fabrics you wear, to how you hydrate and move throughout the day, contributes to a more comfortable, confident, and empowered you. Life after 60, 70, or even 80 is meant to be vibrant, joyful, and fulfilling. By embracing these simple, practical habits, you're reclaiming your comfort, your dignity, and your peace of mind. Here's to living your best life at any age, fully confident, comfortable, and unapologetically yourself. Every day is a chance to care for your body, honor your needs, and feel proud of the life you've built, and continue building with grace, confidence, and joy.